Did you know that your brain gets hits of dopamine when it watches numbers go up? I'm not kidding, it's a real thing, look it up. Apparently, our brain takes the increase and thinks of it as progress towards some goal, like how gamblers feel when they get more money when they play, because their goal is to use their next bet to lose it all at once. So, with that in mind, is that why we like games where numbers go up? Yes, yes, we do, video over.
Fuck is this banana, man?
I already made a video on roguelikes a while back, but here, even though two of them technically count, the games in that video never had that focus on numbers really. Yeah, your goal is to get your damage up and shit like that, but it doesn't revolve around numbers. It simply uses numbers as a unit to measure your success. But in these games, well, numbers. Your success is the number. The higher it is, the better. It strips itself of its fancy terms and gives it to you raw. Oh damn it. Everyone knows Balatro, but to be a good video essayist nowadays, I need to give you a 3-page intro about it first. Balatro is one of the best roguelikes to come out in recent years, and for good reason. It's easy to learn, hard to master, it's a perfect mobile game, it's about continually crossing number thresholds and hoping to god that your glass cards cooperate and fuck! Balatro is really open about the fact that it likes big numbers, and a moment that can really define the experience is playing a hand of cards that you're not confident about, then getting it by the skin of your teeth. It's that moment of guessing and praying that gets at the core of Balatro. It's that uncertainty, the edge that drives people to push further. When you have a run that starts off pretty much killing every boss blind in its sight, it's fun for a little bit, but sooner or later the novelty wears off. If you know that the numbers are always going to make you win right from the get-go, you don't get that ping of monkey brain. That's why the best runs of the game are ones where you get strong jokers at the beginning, but you slowly build it up over time. Again, looking at a big number is fun for a little bit, but the actual dopamine release comes from the build-up. Getting there, even starting from that big number, and adding on to it is the actual brain-tingling part. You know, the more I write for this video, the closer I come to the conclusion that these games are pretty much premium brain rot. Nubby's Number Factory was a surprise to me. Some games tried following the Balatro formula after its release, but none of them really stuck, and after a while, Nubby's Number Factory popped up like a pimple. But the one you keep around cause it's chill. Nubby's gameplay formula is really simple and the closest thing to brain rot in this video because it's bouncing a ball that sucks up the numbers from the other number balls. Even the game's tutorial tells you that the goal is to make bigger numbers. You work in the number factory. This is the plot to a children's cartoon. Even your items feel like toys from a child's imagination. The crafty caterpillar, the house made of cheese, and the pregnancy test. Nubby's Number Factory is a game that revels in its absurdity and visually feels a lot like a game that you'd see back in the olden days. I think that adds a lot to its appeal. Now, Nubby handles things a little differently, even though the game still does the same thing as Balatro, where the number thresholds increase every round. Take what I say with a big cup of salt. This is all my personal opinion and from my enjoyment of the game. Nubby feels like it was designed for you to not think. While Nubby does have some strategy to it, it's like saying that there's a strategy to playing bingo at the retirement home. With Nubby, it's mostly just screwing around. You can't strategize with Nubby. You get items, you pick whichever ones you think are good, and hope that you bounce so well you break your threshold. And when you break your threshold, not just once, but twice, 3 times, hell, even 9,999 times over, the game gives you a digital confetti shower, sounds popping in your ears. The child from the 1500s that I dragged into our timeline to witness this game just killed himself. Nubby focuses on overloading you with the dopamine factor, but it doesn't feel messy. It's executed really well. You want to come back to Nubby, and you don't feel like an iPad kid for playing it either. Where Balatro shines in its presentation of a cosmic poker arcade machine, Nubby says here, come, play with my balls. This script is getting way longer than it should be, so I'm gonna skim over Cookie Clicker real quick. Come on guys. Cookie Clicker is the black sheep of the group here. It doesn't have rounds or any roguelike elements, it's simply a clicker game. However, I picked Cookie Clicker because that's the one where I have spent a lot of my phone time on. Cookie Clicker doesn't have any strategy in the beginning, if you ask me. It's just click, 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 laugh at the meta comedy, hee hee hoo hoo, click, 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 why am I buying a human being, click, 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 and then there's the middle game. Well, at this point, continual spam clicking doesn't matter anymore and does nothing for you, so you just wait. You might think that Cookie Clicker is that simple. You log in sometimes, gawk at your cookies growing, and feel so proud of yourself. My 10 billion cookies per second. That is not Cookie Clicker. Once you've bought enough buildings, you can play their respective mini games, and those games can affect your cookies per second or total cookie amount. This is what made Cookie Clicker click for me. It's the puzzle of optimization and the fun of solving it. There's a video about Super Mario Bros. 3 tassing by 100th coin. Long story short, tassing is writing a script to complete a game as quickly as possible, essentially trying to find new ways to optimize your rate of completion of your game over time. 100th coin beat the game, not in 3 frames or a single frame. 100th coin beat it in... I don't even know. To get my point across, what I'm trying to say is, Cookie Clicker is unlike the games we've discussed prior, but the fun comes from the process of optimization. Instead of going for speed, we're trying to optimize our cookie rate with the mini games and the stock market and the agricultural crossbreeding and the spirits of the temples and the eldritch grandma monsters and Santa Claus. I like Cookie Clicker because it feels delayed. It takes a while. These numbers age gracefully, and you are its... I actually don't know what word to use. So now that I've reached the end of this video, does this video even mean anything? For the first time, I tried making a short filler video to make up for the fact that I didn't post anything in March. So I just talked about games about numbers, games that made me feel good as I watched the values go up and go higher. Do these games have a recurring theme, any emotional meaning? Is the fact that we derive enjoyment from looking at numbers go up a simple mathematical operation, something that speaks within us to our monkey part of our brain that thinks, oh, go up equals good? Do these games truly get at that tiny part of our brain that loves progress? I don't know.